Пройдет? Окей. Нет, на форклоге автозапуска нет. Почему я себя слышу обратно? Сорян. Не, все окей.
Let's go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first ever hackathon of Cosmos ecosystem in Russian. Hackathon Rule 2021. My name is Nadia Venjina. I represent Cyber Academy. And tonight we have Sergey Simonovsky here from Citizen Cosmos. Will be hosting this event for you. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, as the case may be, depending on your location. My name is, as Nadia has introduced me, is Sergey Simonovsky. I'm the co-founder of Citizen Cosmos project. And tonight, me and Nadia will talk to you about what's in store for you during this 2-week event. There's going to be a bunch of speakers talking. First of all, why we decided to put this together in the first place, the Hackathon 2021. Several months ago, together with Tendermint Cyber Academy, we had this idea. The Russian community is growing quite actively, which is a great thing, which is an amazing thing. Thank you guys for keeping this up. Thank you for being a part of it, or you're about to become a part of it, which we are definitely hoping for. Now we have this idea, we got this idea to familiarize people with Cosmos technology in Russian, with the capabilities that Cosmos offers. For this reason, we've decided to put this together specifically, well, for the Russian-speaking teams, for the Russian speakers, the teams online. So tonight we're going to have several speakers, including our sponsors. I'm not going to introduce them right now. We'll get to them as we proceed, as we progress. We also hope that somebody from the judges, from the mentors, is also going to show up. Looking forward to them joining us. The first speaker of the day is Denis Fadeev. He'll be talking. His talk will be dedicated to what Cosmos is. Cosmos 101. Hey everyone, my name is Denis. I'm in charge of developer experience at Cosmos. Welcome to HackAtom. During this hackathon, you'll be developing modules that allow blockchain to transfer data over IBC protocol. Possibly you'll also devise elements of infrastructure and come up and implement, realize various ideas, interesting concepts. In this video, we will showcase the major technologies you're going to be working with and the toolkit at your disposal. First off, what Cosmos is. Cosmos is primarily software. It's a community of people and standards of interaction between blockchains, inter-blockchain communication. So what kind of software development tools are we talking about? All the software we're going to be mentioning today is free access, open source. It's available right here, right now. You can start using it. It's written in Go language. So we're talking about three main pillars, three main software products. First and foremost, this is Tendermint, Cosmos SDK framework, and IBC protocol, and the implementation thereof for the Cosmos SDK framework. Let's start with the first one, Tendermint. What it is? Tendermint is essentially a program for software and reliable replication of the state at multiple devices. It's a binary code, binary program that acts as a kind of it's a server-like program that is simultaneously operates as a server and as a DB, as a database. Actually, Tendermint is in charge of networking, data storage, and it also has the understanding of who validators are. However, Tendermint does not know what the software is, what the software itself is. Tendermint is all about binary code. It's a fairly low-level piece of software, meaning that you will find it interesting if you want to make something unseen before, something that's totally unlike Cosmos Hub. Tendermint sports a whole bunch of advantages. Instant finality is the main one. Very rapid blocks, block in 1 second. It's secure. You can use Tendermint to code any type of software. If your software is written in Go, it gets compiled in a single binary file. If you're writing a transcript or Rasp, you will interact with Tendermint via WebSocket. Tendermint has been around, has been in active development since 2014, and is a basis, underpins a whole lot of projects in the Cosmos ecosystem. A higher level piece of software, or rather an array of software, is Cosmos SDK. This is the modular framework written in Go to create POS/POA blockchain. Tendermint, or Cosmos, works with Tendermint by default. You can use other consensus engines if you feel like. Cosmos SDK is a modular framework, modular first and foremost. So by default, you have a fairly vast array of ready-made models, ready-to-go modules that engage tokens, that also engage governance and IBC. There's a separate module for low-level support of IBC, and there's a higher level module that's called IBC transfer. IBC transfer basically enables transferring tokens to applications and other modules. Whenever you write your blockchain on Cosmos SDK, the first thing you do is you create your own module that realizes the logic of your blockchain. Possibly you create several modules, and or you import the existing ones. If you feel like writing your own blockchain, this is exactly the MO, this is exactly the way to go. If you want to use smart contracts, then you're going to import the WASM module. WASM is one of the modules out there that build up your blockchain. But probably the most interesting piece of software, the most interesting pillar for this, for the purposes of this hackathon, is the IBC protocol. Is the most interesting tech within the framework of the event, and the implementation thereof with Cosmos SDK framework. So what is IBC protocol? Well, first of all, this is the protocol that allows blockchains to transfer any kind of data, and most frequently it will be used to transfer value. I mean, the data can be any kind. IBC protocol leverages such concepts as light clients, whose data is stored on two blockchains that are interacting with via IBC. There are multiple relayers, one or several relayers, blockchain software that act as data transmitters. This is all happening in the trustless environment, meaning that if you're transferring data, via IBC, you do not need to trust your relayer. You don't need one. So how do blockchains interact using the IBC protocol? If you were to imagine that there are two blockchains, you have A and B, then to transfer tokens from A using the IBC module transfer, the transfer module, you as the blockchain A user do the broadcast of the transaction with the IBC message, after which this transaction gets stored on the A blockchain. So you make a broadcast and get saved on A blockchain, the original blockchain. Further down the line, the relayer that's between these two blockchains sees their transactions. They pick up that transaction and they broadcast it, they bring it to the blockchain B. After which the blockchains the relayer and blockchain B handshake. This whole procedure is well written up in the ICS standards. What essentially happens is that your tokens in blockchain A, well, essentially they get locked, they get frozen. They get locked, they don't go anywhere, they are still there on blockchain A, but they're in a kind of a frozen up state. The relayer transfers this information to blockchain B, and blockchain B issues the so-called vouchers. Vouchers representing blockchain A tokens. These vouchers are essentially tokens. They can be regarded as full-fledged tokens. They're not native to blockchain B. They're not B native tokens, but they feature the same properties. You can transfer them. You can use them in any app. So essentially, it's a kind of a manifestation of blockchain A tokens on blockchain B. In case you're transferring tokens back, the vouchers on blockchain B are expired, and the tokens on blockchain A are released. Depending on who's doing this transformation, gets the token A. That entity or person get the token A. IBC protocol also features this concept of clients, channels, connections, and ports. To get a better understanding of the IBC protocol, I definitely recommend you to refer to the standards. However, in a nutshell, well, if I were to describe it in a nutshell, the most important concept, the two most important concepts are channel and port. With IBC, the transfer port is called just that, transfer port. Then the channel is dedicated by the module itself. And 0 channel, 1 channel, 2. It's important that tokens that get transferred from blockchain A to blockchain B over the same channel are not mutually replaceable with the tokens A that are transferred to blockchain B via a different channel. It's a very, very important fact to consider. Apart from that, if you're running more than 2 blockchains, the tokens can pass several blockchains, and their denomination is essentially the name of the token. It gets added on every hop, on every jump, on every leap that the token makes. Well, again, the standard contains more detailed information on this stuff. However, at this point, allow me to talk about the fourth component that will enable you guys to participate in the hackathon in a more efficient manner. It will also help you accelerate the development of your modules. Starport. Starport is an application that helps write apps in Cosmos SDK much faster. Installing it is very simple. There's your command that you need to run, install the binary, and after that, you'll be able to create the single command. Starport will create all the necessary file structure, all the modules. Starport already supports a whole lot of important features that will enable you creating the conventional modules, IBC modules, packets, types, messages. Also, using a single command, you'll be able to run your blockchain in the dev mode. It will be relaunched automatically, the data will get stored, will be stored between those relaunches. It's kind of like web development. I mean, blockchain per se is essentially a web software, a piece of web software. But unlike conventional web software, blockchain works in distributed mode. So it's launched at multiple servers on multiple servers at the same time. Tendermint gets consensus going. If you're interested in developing a module that talks to other modules via IBC, then I definitely recommend Starport for installation. Create that module with IBC. Starport also allows rapid setup if you need to add faucet or several accounts or the Genesis module parameters. The most recent Starport version also features the functions to generate JS code for clients. So apart from the code itself, apart from the blockchain code itself, it also generates JavaScript, TypeScript, and the client for the standard model, for conventional modules used in your blockchain, as well as other modules that you guys are writing yourselves. Right. For this reason, I recommend you to try out initially. If you want to use IBC in your modules, start with Starport. I recommend you to do that. If you wish to use all the technology, this is Tendermint engine, consensus level tool, low-level software. It will be interesting to you if you want to create a blockchain which is totally unlike Cosmos NDK does it. If you want to rewrite your blockchain, but you don't want to waste time to rewrite the bank module or the stacking module, you're happy with the ones you have, then I definitely recommend you to use Cosmos SDK from the get-go. This will significantly save your time. Use Starport for rapid blockchain creation to avoid wasting time on writing boilerplate code. And I definitely recommend you guys to check out the IBC protocol, because that protocol is the topic of this hackathon, the development of modules that help blockchains interact via IBC protocol. Read up on the specs. It contains the sections which are fairly easily read. You can just read that stuff quickly and understand how this whole thing works. You might also wish to start familiarizing with Cosmos SDK from reading the documents. There will be a separate video on that. I will briefly list the resources that you can use to successfully start the development using Cosmos SDK. Thank you guys for your attention. I hope that this hackathon is going to be very interesting for you. It will be interesting for us, particularly. And I wish you success in creating blockchains, modules, your implementation of super bright out-of-the-box concepts that will get us propelled into the brighter future of blockchain. Success to everyone. See you. Thank you so much, Denis. We're really looking forward to the success of this hackathon, and we hope that our community is going to be able to deliver so many wonderful, amazing projects for the Cosmos ecosystem. Particularly to this end, the organizers, the sponsors have put together a huge prize pot, which will be distributed across among the participants, depending on the challenge they resolved, they've faced and won. If you hit the website, apart 3 main awards from Cosmos, there are easier tasks. There are prizes from our sponsors, from Tendermint, Cyber, from Secret Network, 5K US in their tokens, nominated in the tokens. And there's even a dedicated fund for translation of the technical documentation, a special prize fund. So not just coders can participate, language geeks can also do that. And not to get you confused in this multitude of awards, I will pass the floor to Sergey, who's going to elaborate on the 3 main objectives that our hackathon pursues. Thank you, Nadia. Indeed, there are many tasks, many objectives that we're running and we're hoping to achieve. Let me talk about the 3 main basic ones. So we really want to get naming straightened out. So don't judge us too severely. 3 main prizes are Unicorn Prize, Kitty Prize, and Fox Prize. So let me talk about them in a nutshell. Well, first of all the details are out there on the DevOps and website. So if I've missed something right now, so please make sure you check this out in the website, what it says, what it's going to say. Now, the main and important prize category is the Unicorn Prize. It's everything that's related to IBC and DeFi. We can use AMM, we can use a DEX. You can make an IMM, you can make a DEX, you can make something of that order. So keep your imagination open, dear hackers. Hopefully, you'll be able to get much more creative than the stuff I'm describing right now. So apologies for this confusing stuff. The second prize category is Kitty Prize. Kitty Prize is related to IBC and NFT. So basically, it could be a kind of a game, standards, a library, a module. NFT is trending right now. So Kitty Prize, I believe that everybody's aware of our smart analogy of Kitty and NFT, how the association runs. And the third prize category is the Fox Prize. Why Fox? Well, why not? Fox Prize. It's linked to everything that the IBC infrastructure is linked to. It could be a kind of a bridge. By the way, we have so many workshops planned for that. So we're looking forward to your participation in these. It could be something else that can become part of your fantasy. I mean, I'm not sure how creative you can get. So no knowing that in advance. Let me just tell you that the main prize categories, same as the whole hackathon, is related to IBC. So make sure you read up the description on the website. Read up on the description. For some categories, specific modules need to be written, need to be used. It's all in the website. Fox Prize is easier because this is the infrastructure bit. Again, in a nutshell, this should be it. Yeah, these were the third prize categories, prizes essentially. You'll also be able to check out the sponsor prizes on the website. We'll talk about them a bit later once we've given the floor to one of the representatives of our sponsors, Secret Network. So right now we'll try to pass the floor to those guys. And we're live. Ken, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. My name is John. I'm one of the co-founders at Enigma, and I also lead product there. We are the main contributors of the Secret Network, and Secret Network is the first privacy-preserving smart contracting platform that is live today. I'm excited to be talking to you as a member of the Cosmos community and explore ideas for this coming hackathon. So at Secret Network, our goal is to drive adoption of decentralized technology. And we do that by focusing on privacy. We have realized that privacy has significant usability advantages, and it also at times creates the opportunity to build new applications. And that's what we do. Our innovation is secret contracts. Secret contracts are smart contracts with encrypted inputs, encrypted state, and encrypted outputs, and a network level consensus, which I'll briefly touch upon in a bit. So a bit about Secret Network. We're built on Cosmos SDK. We have Tendermint consensus, which means every validator computes every transaction and reach consensus, even though things are encrypted. And I'll talk a bit about how that's done. Our contracts are based on CosmWasm. So if you have experience with CosmWasm, or if you have low-level familiarity or like brief familiarity with Rust, this is a good way for you to hack on secret contracts or get started. The way we achieve privacy in our network is a combination of hardware, trusted execution environments, and software encryption methods. More specifically, every validator in our network runs a trusted execution environment, and inputs are encrypted client-side by the user when they're sent to the network. So I'll tell a bit about how that works, not going into too much detail because we don't have a lot of time. The idea is there's one network private key that's created within the enclave of the validators, and this key is shared across all validators. And since this key is within the enclave or within the trusted part of the TEE, no validator can actually access this key, so it's safe. And what a user would do is when they're about to submit inputs to the network, they know the public key of the network. So taking the public key of the network and their private key, they create a symmetric key with which they encrypt the inputs, and then they send the encrypted inputs to the network, to the mempool. And then the validators, because they know the user's public key and they know the network private key within the enclave, they can take these encrypted inputs from the mempool and can decrypt them inside their enclave. That's where the CosmWasm smart contracting engine runs inside the enclave. And users, validators compute there. Again, this is an area that's, for those of you who are not familiar with trusted execution environments, this is an area that no one can access, including the validator itself. Once the computations are done, validators share hashes of the computations on chain, which are deterministic, and they form consensus on chain. That's identical to any Tendermint chain. Instead of computation results, we compare hashes and form consensus on hashes, and that's how state is updated. As a result, the state is never shared on chain in plain text. The outputs are never shared on chain plain text, and the inputs are always encrypted. That's kind of how it works. And why should we care about secret contracts? Mainly because of two reasons. One is secret contracts significantly improve usability. And the second is with secret contracts, you can build new decentralized applications that you could not have built in the past. In terms of usability improvement, secret contracts are resistant to front running because of the fact that the inputs are encrypted at all times. no miner or attacker can come in and front run your transaction at your expense. With respect to new applications, you can build things like content monetization, access control, private NFTs, and multiplayer game kind of things, which have not been possible on public blockchains in the past. So there are some tooling that hackers can leverage during this hackathon. One is a privacy bridge to Ethereum, so we can bring Ethereum assets to Secret Network and mint them as secret tokens. And this is something that you can add to your project. Another building block is our SNP20s, what we call privacy tokens. These are identical to ERC20s, so it's a contract-based token issuance, but because contracts are encrypted, you end up with these privacy tokens, and you can hack with this idea. We have ways to trade assets on Secret Network. One is Secret Swap, which is a front-running resistant AMM. It's been live on mainnet almost for a month now. You can use that in your hack. There's a sealed bid auction contract that you can use. Again, I will share this presentation after, and you can use the links to check out the repos. And we have a secret NFT reference implementation. This allows NFTs with private ownership and private metadata. It's work in progress. It's going to get to a better spot by the end of the week, but this is something that you can also use in your hackathon. And another idea is we have this concept of secret vaults, and the idea there is because secret contracts are encrypted, we can use contract state to store sensitive information. And this could be used for access control, data monetization, Web3, and many other ideas. Here is mostly a slide for helpful links. So I'll pass this for now, but you can take a look at this when I share these slides. And specific ideas for this, what can we build? We have a grants post that's linked with this QR code. The grants post is a list of ideas that we would like to see get built on Secret Network. These ideas are a bit more involved than a 2-weekend hackathon. But one of the goals that we have by sponsoring bounties in this hackathon is to get people working towards these ideas and get an initial funding for having worked on this hackathon and hopefully have them as grants applicants. We recently funded a grant proposal for secret NFTs, and it is expected to be on mainnet within the next month. So we want to replicate that success story in this hackathon, but also feel free to build other ideas that you are passionate about and we haven't thought of. I guess with that, I will pause. And yeah, I'm not sure how I'm doing on time, but if there are any questions that we can take, I'd be happy to take if I have time. But other than that, we'll be hosting office hours. We'll be providing assistance and help on our Discord. And yeah, thank you very much.
We thank Secret Network for their presentation, for some clarification. Thank you to them for the prize they offer. We also have these bounties from Cyber and Tendermint. They will take turns to talk about their prizes in more detail. Right now, I wish to elaborate. Apart from these bounties from sponsors, there's also 5 tasks from the sponsors. So how are tasks different from bounties? The awards are different. Tasks are rewarded in the equivalent of 5,000 Tom, Secret, Cyber tokens, depending on whose project you select. If you do, tasks are awarded in $2,000 equivalent in the sponsors tokens. So check this out in the description. And the other piece of difference: bounties are teamwork. Tasks are individual. I mean, if you apply or if you contribute, I don't know, you make a unicorn, you land a unicorn prize, or you land a kitty or fox prize. By the way, something I forgot to mention, and this is very important. Any applied project will be considered for all 3 categories. If you're filing the project, the judges consider them for all 3 cats: unicorn, kitty, and fox. It will be clear where it ends up after that. So if your team is filing a project applies with the project, you'll be able to participate in the bonus tasks. I will not describe them right now. Go to dev post. It will list the description for every task. What's expected from the hackers. To those who successfully complete those tasks, our beloved sponsors will reward their effort. Now, before we give the floor to Tendermint guys, we also need to mention that every piece of bounty, every prize will be distributed across several people. I mean, there are 3 winners to a bounty, and there are 2 or 1 winners to a task prize, a sponsor prize. So please feel free to apply for any prizes, any awards. The chance to win will be granted to everyone, absolutely everyone. Now we'll give the floor to the Tendermint guys.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks for coming to this hackathon. So I've got about 10 minutes here. I'm going to explain to you what we're looking for Starport bounties. And in case you don't know, who we are at Tendermint. So let's dive right into it. So first of all, about Tendermint, we formed in 2014. We have about 40 employees right now, and we strongly believe in a future of 1 million blockchains. And all of our tooling is built to support that vision. We're a 100% remote software company. We have employees all around the world. And I myself, I'm in Toronto, but most of our employees are in Europe, and we have some in Asia and a lot in North America as well. We're known for building several very solid products. Of course, Tendermint Core, based on our namesake, released first in 2015, right? It's a leading BFT consensus engine for blockchains. We also have built the Cosmos SDK. It's also the world's most popular blockchain framework. And we've released IBC 1.0 earlier this year. This is the first inter-blockchain communication protocol. Our newest product, which we just started working on August of last year, is called Starport. And we believe it's the easiest way to build a blockchain, full stop. So Starport is a layer, it's a user experience layer on top of the Cosmos SDK that lets you use the very powerful tools in the SDK. And it comes with a UI, like a built-in UI, like a built-in wallet and block explorer for your chain. So you're able to get started very quickly and start sharing what you're building, to your friends, your family, to people that you want to check it out. We haven't done a lot of marketing yet for Starport, and this hackathon is actually one of the first events where we're getting people to use it. Starport v15 just released, I think, as of this hackathon. So you're going to be the first people about to try out the best version of Starport. So what are we well known for, right? The Cosmos SDK is what we're most well known for. And in fact, it powers over 60 billion USD in crypto assets across 200 different blockchains. You can check out Cosmos Cap to see, the sort of chains that's powered with the Cosmos SDK. We are hiring, by the way. So, in case you're doing this hackathon just for fun and you find out you really like our software for whatever reason, or you think, you can put some effort in and make it much, much better. We are hiring and looking for better. We're looking at creating a better user experience with Starport than is even possible today. So please check it out and come look at joining us if you're interested. All right, so for Starport itself, we have 2 tiers of rewards, and that means 2 bounties, right? So the overall winner will get 3,500 USD in Atom, while the runner-up will get 1,500 USD in Atom. Right, so there's 2 ways to win these bounties. The first way is to improve Starport CLI itself. So Starport CLI, like I mentioned before, is a tool that lets you use very simple command line arguments to build and scaffold a blockchain application from scratch. It's been under development over the past, 9 or 10 months at this point, and we've reached version V15. But there's still plenty of ways we can improve it from here. So, while you use Starport CLI, see how you like it, right? If there's ways you can see of improving it, please create a PR for that. Some of the ways that we think it could be improved is one, to improve code scaffolding, right? So Starport CLI scaffolds a lot of Cosmos SDK code, and that is backend code as well as front-end code. And as you look at some of the code, maybe you find ways to better refactor that. We're all ears, right? And the other thing is, Starport CLI is very much like other application generators, like you might be familiar with Ruby on Rails, for example, right? And Ruby on Rails supports quite a few more data types than we support. So if you're interested in creating a new data type, like let's say a key value store or something else altogether, maybe supporting a way to, add file uploads, for example, that could be really cool. We're in the middle of thinking of how to solve pagination for different data types in the UI layer. This is also something that you can look into if you're interested in. And then finally, for the users, right, real-time data updates would be really cool to have. If they make a transaction on a chain, right, we really want them to be able to see it reflected as soon as that transaction is approved by the validators, etc. So these are only some of the ways, but we could generally use your support on Starport CLI. Beyond that, if you're not interested in creating these PRs yourself, you can always leave an issue as well, and we're always open for feedback as well on Discord. So that's the first way of winning these bounties. So the second way is to build a new module altogether. This is what I'm more excited about, actually, and that is to use Starport CLI, which is powered by the Cosmos SDK, a modular blockchain framework, to build a brand new module. And Starport CLI is meant for doing this in the first place. So, right, so you use this tool and you build something cool, right? So what are we looking for here? Well, the hottest thing of the day right now are NFTs, right? So why not try building an NFT module, right? I think something really cool that we haven't seen in Cosmos yet is something like Decentraland, right? In Ethereum, right? Decentraland is this NFT platform where you can buy and sell distinct parcels of land, on some sort of grid. And this would be really cool to see. It's not very heavy on the backend engineering front, right? It's really just a mapping of X and Y coordinates and maybe a name for that piece of land. But on the front end side, right, there's some really cool stuff you can do to allow people to buy and sell parcels of land and potentially decorate them. You could build a digital art marketplace, right? You could allow people to upload pieces of information, perhaps URLs to artwork, and allow them to buy and sell that with a native token. You could build a game that uses NFTs. The possibilities are endless. So you can also build a simple decentralized exchange. One of the coolest things coming with V15 of Starport CLI is better support for IBC, right? And IBC is this protocol that lets you send tokens from one chain to another. And what is the most basic usage of IBC? I think would say the most basic usage of IBC is to allow people to trade tokens for each other. Whether this is an order book style exchange or an automated market maker style exchange or something else entirely, it'd be really cool to see what you come up with in terms of building exchanges. And finally, the IBC transfer module itself is very low level, and we would love to see some improvements on that. If you try it out yourself and take a look at the source code, you might come up with improvements that make it easier for other developers to use. So those are the two ways to win the bounty. So what are ways that you wouldn't be able to, or give yourself negative points in terms of winning this bounty, right? So we have a bunch of developers who are working on Starport right now, and a lot of them have targeted existing Starport issues, and they are working on them, in some of these open branches. And while you could resolve an existing Starport issue, you might also be doing the work that has already been done, or it's in the progress of being done. So that would be less efficient for us. The other thing is the UI scaffold that comes with Starport CLI is based on Vue.js, right? And we're trying to focus on building UI in the Vue world for now. So if you were to create a React.js scaffold, while it's really cool, it's not something that we would be able to maintain as a team going into the future. So this would be less useful for us and more difficult for us to maintain, as much as we would love it. We really want you to contribute a new feature to Starport CLI, or to build a new module altogether. And those will be the projects that we're looking at to reward. So if you need help with Starport CLI, we're going to have engineers available throughout the entire length of the hackathon. Just go onto the Discord, and that Discord link will invite you directly to that channel for this hackathon. Good luck hacking. There's the URL for Starport. Take a look, check it out, and I hope you enjoy.
Как вы уже поняли, хакатон будет проходить...
As you have gathered, Hackathon will be happening in the online format. For the convenience of the participants who are using multiple platforms that I'm going to talk about right now. The most important thing is that there is a website in Russian and in English languages, ru.hackatom.org. It contains pretty much every bit of information available for the hackathon, information, data, channels of communication, and so on and so forth. It's all there. So if you find yourself lost, or if you're watching this video in the middle of the hackathon, dig deeper into the website, ru.hackatom.org. All the key live sessions, such as the opening, D-model, workshops, Forklog YouTube channel, and Cyber Academy YouTube channel will be featuring that. Cosmos Network will be running this in English, the English version. And the main platform is DevPost. On DevPost, we register teams, we register projects. All the projects are to be applied via DevPost. We see a whole bunch of questions in the chat box about this. Sergey, can you tell us who exactly from the team should be represented, who's going to be the applicant on behalf of the team? Yeah, right, Nadia. It's necessary to register on DevPost. It's mandatory, guys. Well, it's a pre-made condition. It's there, take it or leave it. So everyone who wishes to participate in the hackathon, please make sure you register on DevPost. It's very simple. It's via GitHub. If you have a GitHub account, you just sign in through that, and that's it. So at the time of filing an application, if you're filing an application with your project, only one applicant from your team is eligible. I mean, just one person. If you have 10 people on the team, it's not necessary for all 10 to apply it once, or one person doing it 10 times. You list all the participants, all the nicknames on DevPost in the application, or the full names. Depends on how your organization's gonna pan out. But just one more time, it's mandatory to get a DevPost account or sign in through GitHub. Yeah, thank you for that introduction. By the way, communication channels between Hackathon is happening in the Telegram chat of Hackathon. The link is also available on the website. If you find hard enough, you'll find it. If you look for it hard enough, you'll find it. The main language of Hackathon is English. We see that there is a whole bunch of participants who are non-Russian speakers who get connected to us. Guys, feel free to participate, but unfortunately, the chats, the Telegram chat channel will be only using Russian. Maybe at some point we'll convert to English, but since the goal of Hackathon is to homogenize, is to promote the community activation, we'll be speaking in Russian. The Discord is used by mentors, by us and mentors. Some mentors speak Russian, and they can answer your question in Russian, obviously. But since we've been able to attract a whole lot of speakers from Cosmos, from Tendermint, from foreign projects, from overseas guys, will be definitely speaking English. Please make sure you come up with questions in English. If you fail to do that, me and Sergey can help you get that done. So how is that going to happen? There are mentor opening hours, mentor business hours that are also indicated in the website. Scroll down to the mentors, to the members of the jury. You'll be able to see the mentor schedule, mentor business hours provisionally. Also, there will be topics listed that the mentor or the speaker are the most proficient in. So if you have a question, feel free to dig carefully and you'll be able to stumble upon a person who's going to get you the answer. So right now we'll be able to get into the introduction from our judges, from our members of the jury and sponsors, mentors and jury.
Hi, I'm Lucas, a software engineer at Tendermint, and I will be one of your mentors for this hackathon. I'm one of the developers of Starport, and I also have expertise building IBC applications. So, see your Discord.
Hi, this is İlker. I am from the DevX team at Tendermint. I'm a mentor in this hackathon and also one of the core developers of Starport CLI. Please ask me any questions that you might have. I'm always on Discord and always glad to help. See you all there.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeffrey Hu. I'm working on ArisNet. When judging, I'm looking forward to the project of DeFi with IBC. Good luck, have fun in this hackathon.
Hello, my name is Billy Runnekamp. I am the grants manager at the Interchain Foundation. I'm going to be a judge here, and I'm really excited about seeing what you all bring to the table with regard to the user experience of using IBC. What does it really look and feel like as a user to be interacting with this big, crazy, wild internet of blockchains? So good luck, have fun, and I look forward to seeing what you all bring to the table. Ciao.
Everyone, Ethan Buckman here. I'm the co-founder of the Cosmos Network and CEO of Informal Systems. And of course, I'm a judge for this hackathon. When judging, I'm looking for, let's say, innovative uses of IBC and interesting approaches to ensuring correctness and quality assurance of your Cosmos-based application. So good luck, everyone, and have a great hackathon.
Hello, HackAtom Russia. My name is Tobias Schwarz. I am Ecosystem Development Engineer at Tendermint, and I will be your mentor from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day on Discord. If you have any questions around the Cosmos SDK, Starport, how to set up your node, use the API, various modules, just put your questions on Discord. I hope and am happy to help, and happy hacking.
Hi, I'm Jacob Gadikian. I'm part of the Tendermint team, and for some time I've been working on Starport with embedded device integration. And welcome to the hackathon. I'm one of the mentors, and I'd be happy to help you with just about anything that you'd like related to Starport or also the Cosmos SDK. But especially if you would like to run your chain on a swarm of Raspberry Pis, it's been a research interest of mine for years, and I'd love to talk to you about that. All right, catch you later. Enjoy. See you in Discord.
Hi, I'm Greg Sabo from Informal Systems. I will be mentoring on the topic of Hermes, the IBC relayer, and any DevOps topics that come up.
I'm working at Informal Systems, and I'll be talking about TLA Plus and Apache and how you can use them to specify your protocols and design your protocols before you start writing code. Встретимся на следующей неделе.
See you next week. Hey, my name is Vadim. I'm a developer at IT Club. Next Saturday, I will run a workshop on how to turn analytical data into analytical tools. See you then. My name is Yuri Savchenko, IT Club. I'll be running a workshop on the smart contracts. See you then. Hi, everyone. My name is Anton Kalyaev. I work for the team that is developing Cosmos. Feel free to hit my workshop that's about Tendermint testing. Thank you, folks. It's a pleasure to see all of you there as members of the jury or speakers board, including mentors board. I believe that you will have the opportunity to get to know them in person or at least digitally and ask your questions, you, dear participants. Thank you very much, dear speakers, dear mentors, dear members of the jury, for agreeing to help us. Dima Starodubtsev, our last sponsor from Cyber team, is going to be talking about his contribution, about his Valery Litvin will be talking as well. So Dima, the floor is yours. Hey everyone, Cyber Congress there, right there with you. We're so happy to welcome you guys at the first ever Russian language Cosmos Hackathon. Today we'll introduce a super awesome bounty on creating digital life. However, initially, please let me disclose several interesting points for you. First and foremost, let me try and explain why we're in Cosmos. We've been there for a long while, since 2016, since around 2016. This whole story started then, when I asked a question, how can you make a blockchain that will be able to act as an alternative to Google search engine, consensus algorithm. I stumbled across Tendermint and the Cosmos project back then. And it turned out that there's another cool idea behind it. That idea is IBC, the blockchain communication. It was clear back then that there's going to be a whole bunch of blockchain pretty soon. And they will be different, they will vary. It will be very interesting to get communication going between them, among them. So 5 years on, this dream is quite close. The Internet of Blockchains, the IOB dream might be implemented pretty soon. We will have the ready-made operational implementation of that. But let me get back to the fuck Google story. Yeah, indeed. The idea got spawned quite a long time ago. Initially, we saw that project as a decentralized search engine, but when we started testing the pilot versions, we realized that the mechanism of cyber linking and public verifiable knowledge graphs can be the basis of something much more interesting than that. This is how we came through 6 testnets, right? 6 testnet, Euler, the Euler kind. Now, Valera will take his turn now to talk about the future projects in store. So the pipeline, bro. Right now we're working to launch a new network that's called Bostrom. To commemorate Nick Bostrom, the first ever guy to use and to research, try to explain the concept, the notion of superintelligence. So we came to him when working on cyber during those 6 test nets that Dima just mentioned. And right now we're going to run the first Canary network with lifetime commitment, with its development, its support. Now, the reason why this is a big step for cyber, we have added a whole lot of interesting features to the new release that we've been dreaming about for the past several years. That's IBC feature. It basically helps us, AI, talk to its friends, its buddies, other systems, using its own language over IBC. The next point, the next capability is the ability to run autonomous software code. We've added the prawn model, a module that helps programs add themselves to execution at the level of the protocol without the need for anyone to sign the transaction or pull the contract. Moreover, the software can act or can earn, spend, and store funds as full-fledged agents. This brings us a very interesting mechanic. On top of cyber linking, there was a broad system of bindings of the functionality of our modules. It was possible to bind them to virtual machine, to the CosmWasm. It helps right now develop or come up with contracts, come up with autonomous software, the digital life we've mentioned, that can act completely as self-contained autonomous agents that can perform actions on the system, link, route energy, develop, earn karma. And the most mind-blowing thing, the software can automatically act in other networks. It can create the necessary transaction and trigger a message that will be relayed to another blockchain and get executed there. And that's all possible as we speak for hardcore hackers who are used to work without any documents, just by looking at the code and studying it, just pressing new keys, experimenting. That's all available. Sandboxing is available. That's exactly the sort of guys we'll be pleased to welcome to our hackathon. We'll be looking forward to working with them and earn bounty, 35 gigacytes, a very interesting format of reward that we're offering as well. Yeah, Valera has talked about the mind-blowing functionality of digital agents. So right now we're really looking forward to the first cases, the first implementations by you folks. Those of you who decide and endeavor working on new forms of digital life, there is a website that we need you to visit, and you will need to issue a community spend proposal starting from 5 to 35 gigacytes. Depending on your impression of the utility of the code that you put together during the hackathon, ourselves and all the community will be engaged in evaluating the works you submit. Basically, we all love decentralization. We really love to support, to endorse these experiments, and we'll be happy if you guys support it as well. During the hackathon, we'll also be running some generalized mentorship, some universal mentorship. And it's also important that right now we're planning to finally expand our team. We're ready for that. Yep, we need people. Valera does need people, the Go developers, to work for cyber and to work on cyber, the blockchain itself. I also need full stack devs, a full stack dev to work on the browsers. So this is to say that we'll be trying to get engaged with you guys, to get to know you guys, and possibly invite you over to become our staff members, to come up awesome gizmos together. So we're wishing you guys, we're wishing all the hardcore, we're wishing everyone hardcore, interesting, engaging activity live up to the challenge. Our team is always open. We're prepared to share all of our expertise to help you, to aid you, to recommend you, to give you a recommendation, to refer you to the answer to your question. Feel free to come to the workshop. It's to be hosted on Thursday. I'll be giving the DB to work to develop smart cosmos using smart contracts using CosmWasm. So this is us wishing everyone authentic drive, authentic passion from what you guys do, because essentially right now I will point this out specifically. I will use this occasion to underscore it. It so happened that at our hackathon, we've neared the operational IBC, operational relayer SDK Stargate release. Was several months you were able to spin them around, to take them for a spin, to make migrations. There's the Starport available. There's all the necessary infrastructure out there. So you guys are about to leverage all the tools. You can leverage all the tools to have at your fingertips, well, cutting edge solutions. They're right there. Solutions, concepts, implementation of your ideas that you were unable to implement back then. Now it's possible, including autonomous software. And right now, we'll give the floor, we'll basically talk through another organizational aspect that's pertaining documentation. It's very important when you start coding. It's really relevant to that bit of your work. So listen to what Dennis has to tell you. Hackathon documentation. So right now, we'll give you the 101 of the resources and documentation to be used in coding in Cosmos. First of all, check out docs.cosmos.network. You'll be able to dig up documentation on how to develop blockchains using Cosmos SDK. The module creation section is the one you may want to check out, also the IBC section. And it wouldn't hurt if you guys read up in general how blockchains on Cosmos SDK work. Once you've gotten a better impression of how modules are written, how SDK modules are written, I recommend you to install Starport software. Starport will enable you creating blockchains very quickly, launching them, and start writing modules right away. After that, you may want to check out ICS standards, Cosmos/ICS repository. There are IBC quick refs. These quick references will help you get brief infrastructure terminology information. There are also some use cases related to IBC, and of course all kinds of standards that are written up in a more detailed, more formal language, but they also contain quite interesting bits of information. If you're interested in token exchange, then the standard is 20 and the recurrent rates. If you want to develop something connected to smart contracts, Cosmos SDK runs several technologies working on that. One of them is CosmWasm. Config CosmWasm. I mean, you can have a look at it. CosmWasm contracts, they're written in REST language. CosmWasm is essentially an SDK module that you can install and write smart contracts using it. They're updated to Stargate. I mean, they fully support IBC. And quite recently, there was a code with us dedicated to smart contracts. So you can find it on YouTube on Cosmos channel. If you wish to look into Tendermint interoperability with Ethereum, there's docs for that. It's not yet updated to Stargate. It's a work in progress. Possibly some alpha version is up for grabs already. Tendermint is essentially a module. You can install it, but I recommend that you use the whole Tendermint blockchain, because it's not just the module. It's not just a standalone module. There are also other components which are tricky to import like that. So Tendermint is the way to go. If you want to write something lower level, then the Tendermint docs will help you navigate through that. You'll get more detailed impression of what the consensus engine is like. That consensus engine that underpins everything. Even if you're not planning to write something low level, if you're working with Cosmos SDK, it will still not hurt to read up on the facts how Tendermint works, what kind of notions it leverages, it operates, how consensus is built. It's all detailed right there, literally on a single page. And possibly this should have been mentioned at the outset, but if you want to get a high-level understanding of the ecosystem, about how it all clicks together, you'll be able to do that in Cosmos website. What is Cosmos section gives a detailed account of that. Now there's a document also that is published most likely at the Hackathon website that lists all the resources, particularly Bridge, Gravity Bridge, and other tools that you guys can use. So good luck with that. There's a whole lot of documentation for you to use, interesting tools. Wishing you success in creation.
Спасибо, Денис, за такой подробный.
Thank you, Dennis, for this detailed explanation of all the documentation out there. If for some reason you fail to locate it, with the GitHub links that Dennis has shown, we have a special page on the website for you. We have another guest from Tendermint today. That guest is Adriana Mihai. She'll talk about the fellowship grant, the fellowship grants for the hackers. That's a possibility for the hackers to lend a grant to develop their project. Possibly they will start it here. Possibly they will take it to a separate standalone project. So Adriana, you have the floor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to HackAtom Russia. I'm Adriana. I'm running marketing and community at Tendermint. And today I'm here with you all to tell you about the Tendermint Fellowship Program. This program is actually a very recent program we have opened last year in Q4. And its purpose is first to identify and then to support people and teams who are building in Cosmos. For now, we only have 3 fellows in this program: Osmosis, Quasar, and Injective Protocol. If people here are curious to learn what these 3 teams are building, I have added here some details on their current project. So please check those out. The way this Tendermint Fellowship Program will work for this particular event, meaning the HackAtom Russia, is very simple. We'll be following all the teams and individuals who are participating, and based on their projects, we'll be reviewing their submissions. At the end of the HackAtom, we'll be taking a very, very close look on all those submissions, and we'll be selecting our future fellows. In terms of eligibility, of course, you need to be a HackAtom Russia participant, first of all, to be able to qualify for the fellowship. Second, you need to be one of the winners. First prize, second prize, or third prize winner of any of the existing categories we currently have. In terms of the duration, this is a 12-month program, and this can go up to 12 months if this is a time you or your team needs to complete the project, or it can end sooner in case you finish your project earlier, or in case for whatever reason you're not able to complete your project. What we offer up to $3,000 as a monthly payment, which will be comprised in tokens, Atom and Iris tokens. Also, in case your team gets bigger or in case your project goes beyond the initial proof of concept that you have outlined, this fellowship can be increased up to $12,000 per month. And this is subject to negotiations and discussions with the Tendermint team. Of course, in case your project gets an exponential tracking and you want to develop it more than what was initially discussed, this program can even go past the 12 months that were initially discussed. But of course, this is subject to continuous discussions between you and the Tendermint team. Also, in case you are able to finish your project sooner, we are also offering incentives to make sure that you are compensated for your hard work. Last but not least, we'll be adding you to the Tendermint website as a Tendermint fellow, and you'll have this recognition for life. So that's it. I hope you are excited about this program and the chance of becoming a Tendermint fellow and having a grant to support your future Cosmos project is something that you are excited about. So happy coding, everyone. Best of luck, and may the Cosmos be with you.
Спасибо, Adriana.
Thank you, Adriana. Guys, a few concluding remarks from myself. First of all, we have two more prizes that we've that we've not mentioned at this point. First of all, Tendermint and Cosmos will donate a gift card, $50 equivalent. They'll be able to use it on Slack or to buying Slack on the online Cosmos store. The second prize has been prepared by our team. We will write an episode for our podcast, webcast, with featuring one of the winners in all three categories. The winners will be expected to talk about further plans, what they have done during the hackathon. I mean, we will find the topics for the conversation, for that mini video interviews. Now that you have the floor for concluding remarks, guys, what can I say? Feel free to participate. 45K US in equivalents in various tokens, mostly Atom. Isn't that cool? Is that not cool? Feel free to hit our workshops. Check out the workshops in the Cyber Academy platform, Forklog. Tomorrow will be the first one. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. All the workshops will be in Russian. Even those who will be talking in English, they will be interpreted for you guys into Russian. It's all for you. Just participate. Run awesome projects, contribute to the Cosmos ecosystem, and may the strongest win. Yay!